Raider Nation, what's good? It's your boy, and I'm back to talk a little bit about what's going on with the Raiders, what's going on in the league, what's going on in Vegas, and what's going on with y'all. First and foremost, I want to say thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. If you haven't already, go ahead and click that subscribe button, click that bell for notifications, and also tell a friend. If you like it, give me with a thumbs up. If you don't like it, shut your damn mouth. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, let's get into what's going on in the league right now. Now, obviously, with free agency pending within the next 2 weeks, we have some chatter that's already happening. We've got a lot of, free agency talks. We've got a lot of trade talks. We've got, this quarterback's going there, that quarterback's going there. We've got a lot of chatter that's going on, but not a lot of action because nothing can really happen until the league year begins. Now, teams can start making agreements and basically a deal in kind where, they place that agreement and then on the 18th, that agreement becomes finalized. One of those has already happened. The Denver Broncos have traded a 4th-round pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars for cornerback A.J. Bouye. Now, A.J. Bouye has been with the Jacksonville Jaguars. He played before with Houston, and now he's going to be a Denver Bronco. And Bouye is a pretty darn good corner. He's definitely a guy that, can make some plays. He's also had plays made on him. So that being said, with Chris Harris Jr. now being a free agent and free to go anywhere that he wants to go, and knowing that he's most likely not going to end up back in Denver, is this a guy that the Raiders would look at? And hopefully I would think that he would be, because he is a guy that obviously knows the AFC West. He's played against Mahomes. He's played against us. He's played against the Chargers, who are going to have a new quarterback situation down there. But nonetheless, he knows the receivers in this league or in this division. He knows the running backs in this division. He knows the quarterbacks in this division. He knows the coaches in this division. He has an edge over them. The question is, does he want to become a Raider? He said a lot of things about the Raiders in the past, so we'll be very curious to see what happens with that. But this is what he tweeted when he found out about the A.J. Bouye trade. Another guy that the Raiders could look at would be Byron Jones. Byron Jones is out of Dallas, has a relationship with our defensive line coach, Rod Marinelli, and also our special teams coach, Rich Bisaccia. They were all together in Dallas at the same time. Byron Jones is a great player. He's a solid corner. I think that he would also be a great addition to this defense alongside Trayvon Mullen. I think that he would finally have a very solid corner tandem, which we haven't had for a very long time. Looking at the combine, and a guy that stands out to me, who I probably it's a reach for me to say it, but I want to anyways, is Jeff Okudah. Jeff Okudah had a very solid combine. He was probably the most complete corner that we've seen in a long time. He had a very good season last year where he had 3 interceptions, 9 breakups, 35 tackles. That right there is a complete corner. He's not going to just be a ball hawk. He's not going to just go in there and tap a ball and get it out. He's also going to be that guy that's going to get down and dirty, and he's going to make those tackles. So he's a guy that you look at and you want to build that defense around. And I think that adding him with Trayvon Mullen would be huge. Problem is, I don't think he's going to be there at 12, and I don't see the Raiders trading up to get him. So that is probably out of the question. I just really want to talk about him, so that's it. But guys that I think that we could get, and first and foremost, here's a guy that I think that the Raiders could actually trade up for. Isaiah Simmons, 4'3", 940, linebacker out of Clemson. This guy is a stud. Plays linebacker, plays safety, plays nickel. You put him on the defense, he's going to line up, he's going to take over. He's going to be an instant impact player.
As we know. Here he goes. Big, tall tiger coming at you. 4-3.
I think that he is a guy that you would love to see on this defense. He's a guy that you know is going to make some amazing plays, a guy that's going to make a big difference, and on a team that, quite frankly, needs some difference makers on defense. Now, obviously, we would have to move up to take him. And in order to do so, we would have to package up some picks. And so what I'm thinking is probably a couple of our thirds, our number 12 pick, and doing that would probably get us to where we need to be, as long as we can jump in front of Carolina, who most likely would want him because they are without their star linebacker, Luke Kuechly, who just retired in the offseason. So that being said, that's a guy that I would look at. If Mike Mayock and company do not want to trade up, then obviously I think that Patrick Queen or Kenneth Murray are the move. And obviously both of these guys are very solid linebackers. They're both very similar skill sets. I personally, and I'm a little bit biased because obviously I'm an OU fan, thanks to this guy right here on my shirt, thanks to DC4L Custom Tees for hooking it up with the Kenny King Super Bowl 15 tee. But, you know, my dad played for Oklahoma, and so I'm obviously an Oklahoma fan. I'm more partial to Oklahoma players. You look at the guys that we've had from Oklahoma, and they've done a great job. Kenny King, Reggie Kinlaw, Kenneth Murray could be the next one. You know, statistically, the history has shown that guys on the Raiders named Kenneth have done really well for the Raiders. So it wouldn't be that bad of a move in my eyes. And obviously in John Gruden's eyes, he sees Kenneth Murray as an alpha, as the guy who's going to take over a defense, as the guy who's going to be a leader out there, as the guy who's going to partner with Jonathan Abram, who is another alpha, and is going to take control of that defense. And we see that on all three levels. We want that on all three levels. Now, obviously, you've got Abram, who is the alpha in the DBs. If you get a guy like Murray or Simmons, who's an alpha in the linebackers, and then you obviously have Farrell and you have Mad Max Crosby, who are, you know, those alphas on the defensive line. And I think that doing that, it's going to set the tone on defense, and it's going to, one, create a faster defense. Two, it's going to create more turnovers. Three, it's going to be a more intimidating defense that is going to get after the ball, that's going to make better plays, that's going to stop the tight ends, it's going to stop the run, it's going to get more plays behind the line of scrimmage, and it's going to get more sacks, which is, in turn, going to make it easier for us to score on offense, which in turn helps us win games. Because like Herm Edwards says,
you play to win the game.
Anyways, that's a little bit of what I want to talk about with the Combine, with free agency. Couple other quick notes. I was in Vegas this past week. I was able to stop by the stadium site. Everything looks great. The Death Star is looking fantastic, and it's even better in person. I was able to walk around and take a look at it, and it was really awesome. Also, when talking to a lot of people around Vegas, they're very excited about the team. They want something to call their own. A lot of them understand the history, and I know that we see on Twitter and we see on social media a lot of them saying, you know, the Raiders are mine now, and you know, this isn't your team anymore. A lot of them understand the history, and obviously you have a few knuckleheads on social media that ruin it for everybody, but that's what it is. But I think that, one, they're excited about the team. They're excited about John Gruden. They're excited about what the Raiders' history is. And they're excited about our quarterback, Derek Carr, because they know that this team is going in the right direction and that we're going to continue to get better. And that with 5 picks in the top 100, with a solid depth on offense, with a ton of money to give to free agents, and with a GM who knows how to evaluate talent and doesn't think with his emotions, I think that we'll be in a good position. So as we get closer into free agency, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. Go ahead and drop in the comments what you want to hear, what you want me to talk about, anything that, you know, I didn't bring up that I should. Go ahead and leave a comment below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell so you get notifications. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. And I will see you soon, Raider Nation. Thank you.